All right, we're getting live on the YouTube. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Getting started. Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every day. I'm your host with the most, Wendy O. Thank you guys for being here with me today. We have some crazy XRP rumors floating around, and if this rumor is in fact true, allegedly we can get a $25 trillion pump to the market. Well, maybe that's not the same rumor, but I wouldn't be surprised because a lot of people think XRP is going to go to $10,000. I myself don't believe that. Good morning to the chat. I myself don't believe that. I do not believe that. I do not believe it. Why don't I believe that? Because that's a really, really high amount of money to come in from XRP from one coin alone. However, the Bitcoin thesis with the ETFs, that too. Also to you guys. Good morning to Pew Pew, to Oscar, to Little D. Also, I was just in Miami. We're going to talk about that in a second, but we got a lot to talk about. Also, too, you guys, this week is going to be super hectic for me because I'm actually leaving in an hour or two. I have to go to the killer whales shoot. We're going to do some photos today. And I'm like this because I've been eating like bread and French. Well, I didn't have any bread. I've been eating so many French fries and I haven't been really like I've still been working out, but my little tummy, which I don't care. It is what it is. And I will never buy into all of that not eating thing because been there, done that for so long, won't do it again. But I'm super excited for it. So that's where I'll be all week. We will not have, we're not going to have the regular streams. I'm going to be making the short 3 to 5 minute video for you guys just because it'll be easier for me. And if I do get a chance to go live, maybe on set, I will. But that's why I'm not wearing a whole lot of makeup. And I'm like, today because I have to go there and do my makeup and do my hair and all that type of stuff. But shout out to TikTok and shout out to the YouTube babes, the O Army. But there's a lot that we do have to discuss. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, yes, because that's super important. We also have 125 concurrent viewers, but only 26 likes. Only 26 likes here. I do need to get the likes up. We need to get 100 likes because that pushes that out into the internet more better. Also too, shout out from Stupid Human, North Carolina. Haha. Well, this is the thing. LA has been so cold lately. It's been so cold. It hasn't been good pool weather. So I'm like, what is going on? But it happens. It's part of the business. It's part of the deal. It's part of what things happen. But let's talk a little bit about the channel. My YouTube channel, we have 190,000 subscribers. I don't think you guys understand how massive that is. 100,000 or 190,000 subscribers on YouTube. I am the largest crypto and NFT female YouTube channel, I believe. There might be one person above me, but I run my channel myself. And I have people that work for me. I have people that help me out with stuff, but I don't really do a whole lot of the script reading things. And, we cover the news. I've got notes on that, of course, but we do all of this on our own. And it's just really, really awesome. Like, I don't like a lot of people I know, they have male business partners that help them do stuff. I don't have that. It's all me. So this is really, really awesome. And I think we're the largest female crypto NFT influencer in the world globally, which is awesome. So thank you guys for helping me reach this milestone. And YouTube is hard. YouTube's algorithm is the hardest to break. So 190,000. Thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. So we had to give you guys flowers. Give you guys flowers for your support. And let's get to 200. Let's get to 200,000 soon. Also, too, I want to give you a quick update on Miami because I was in Miami and it was a lot of fun. So they flew me out to go see the karate combat event. I believe it was Fight 40. This thing was absolutely epic. And the cool thing was I finally, I met Mason before in the past. I met Crypto Mason before in the past, but I never got to meet Meg. So I was so excited I got to meet her. If you guys don't know about Meg, Meg is not only is she the nicest person in the world, she's probably the nicest female content creator in the world. Y'all know I'm mean. But she is a absolute legend when it comes to MMA. So we did this little square up thing. It was super, super cute. It was fun. Her and I were giggling and laughing the entire time. We give this big hug. I can't, I would never, I don't do the competing stuff. Why don't I do the competing stuff is because it's not how I learned to fight, but it was just a really, really great experience. And if you are not, if you guys are not following Karate Combat, I highly recommend that you should. Basically, it's like MMA style, but it's karate, so it's a lot harder to do. Also, too, the way the ring is, it's absolutely wild. I'm going to try to find a good picture of the ring for you guys so you can see. Oh, this is what the ring looks like here. Kind of, sort of, you can see here. There's no cage. There's no cage, which is awesome. Like, this is the way the walls look down here. This is the way the walls look. So why are they fighting in something that's not a cage or a boxing ring? That's because as a fighter, if you're in the ring or you're against a cage, you're going to generally, like when we're really tired, we'll plot back against that and like, bah, 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 bah. But with this, you can't do that, which makes it harder. And for anybody that doesn't understand that, you've never been in a ring before, you've never been in a boxing gym, you don't know how that works. The rumor, we're going to get to the rumor. Be quiet. Just wait. We got a long show. We got about an hour of streaming. So wait. Anyways, but the reason why it's like that is because you can't fall back. You have to be up and at it, and you can like bounce off of it and do stuff. This fight wasn't the best fight. This one right here was this was absolutely brutal. Like, this guy, Raphael, he won. He was an absolute legend. Y'all know me. I love MMA. I love fighting. I grew up in a Kung Fu studio. My dad was like an outstanding fighter. And I love it, and I box. So anyways, I had to give them their flowers because I love it. But let's get to crypto. And make sure to like this video. All right, so this is the current crypto market. Bitcoin Cash is up 12.3%. This makes sense because I believe this is one of the crypto assets that's listed on Fidelity's new exchange, EDX. So that does make sense. Is this a fight or business channel? This is whatever I want it to be because I do what I want. That's why. If you don't like it, go elsewhere. We talk about everything that's crypto related, and now a little bit political related because that impacts crypto. And we got to stand up for the underdogs. Anyways, though, let's get back into it. But Bitcoin Cash, the reason why it's up is for that. We're also going to talk about some near news, so they're also up 8.5%. Who's this? Y'all, here, I'm going to go tell him. I'm streaming. I'm going to tell him. I'm streaming. Anyways, you guys, let's get into Bitcoin. See what's going on. So this is currently Bitcoin right here. I didn't do a weekly close video for you guys, and I have a bad attitude. No, I just don't. Do I have a bad attitude? No, this is the thing. When women are vocal, people that have never had long-term relationships with women, they don't understand. It's like, you guys never spent time with your grandma or your mom or something like that. I don't know what kind of household y'all lived in, but I talk my talk. I'm not going to sit here and be like, nah, that's lame. That's ridiculous. Like, yeah, thanks. Get rid of it. Yeah, please. It's just really annoying. But anyways, let's talk about Bitcoin. So we did get that swing wick high to approximately 31.5 here, and we're correcting. And it's a little bit, bearish. And one of the reasons why is that when you get multiple retests on an area of resistance and you're not able to flip it into support, initially you're going to get a pullback. So for me, I put the EMAs on because it makes my life a little bit easier doing this, but it's kind of like cheating in a way too, because you can spot really important areas of support and resistance. And the EMA 21, which double check, is that the EMA 21? No, apologies. EMA 9. Apologies. This is still, and this structure it's kind of bullish, but it's not, but kind of is. I mean, but the fact that we're above the EMA 200, that's good. But again, we still got some ways to go. We're starting to see some bending on the EMAs. Getting some bending on the EMAs over here, which is fine. So I'm looking for a pullback between like 29.4 to about 28.1. If we get the pullback all the way down to 28.1, I would be a little bit concerned. I would definitely be a little bit concerned with this. Why? Because we would almost get a retest off of this trend line here. Okay. And that might not hold. And if we do drop below the EMA 200, that could get a little bit bearish. I don't necessarily think that is going to happen, but then again, we have a lot of fundamental news happening in the markets. We have a lot of fundamental stuff happening in the market. Somebody on TikTok said, do you foresee a golden cross? So this is the thing. When we talk about golden crosses and death crosses and those types of things, those are lagging indicators, okay? Those are lagging indicators. So you're basically waiting for an EMA to bullish cross or to bearish cross. That's the way I refer to it too, because it sounds a little bit prettier. It sounds a little bit prettier over there. But moral of the story is, look at price structure. And as you can see with price structure, like this is a tip that I like to use, is we're hitting an area, we're retesting. We're not able to break it. You're generally going to have a bit of a pullback. I mean, when we look at this structure back over here and this retest, April 14th, 2023, we hit 31,000 and then, we retrace. We had to retrace basically all the way down to about 24.8. And that right here, let's go ahead and pull our little price range thingamabobber, because that'll give us a percentage. That was about a 20% decrease. that was a little bit of a 20% decrease there. So we had a bit of a drop. And these are particular patterns that you'll see quite often. But as far as the weekly goes with Bitcoin, like this was a glorious candle, like absolutely glorious candle. Like we had a lot of interesting news, especially with the Blackrock ETF. And the reason why is because with the Blackrock ETF, we all pretty much know that it's going to get approved. It is what it is. So we got the move all the way up from about 26.2 to a swing wick high of 31.5 here. And with that being said, that was awesome. Like absolutely awesome, but we weren't able to close above it. And that's why I was saying, you guys, we do want to look for a close above it. However, we still could get it. And on the weekly, we are seeing a bit of a, the EMA 9 is here at about 28.2. So a pullback to 28.5 would be okay, in my personal opinion. And if we take a look at Market Cypher, which is one of the partners of the channel, if you guys are interested in getting that indicator, it's down below over there. But it'll kind of tell you what's happening. And the cool thing I like about it is it prints the little dots. That makes it easy. Plus you have the MFI, the RSI, and all that jazz. Now on the 6-hour chart over here, you can see the EMA 30 is kind of lining up with this area about 28.4. Somebody said they like 28.5. Let's see where that is. 28.5 would be down closer to this area, which would coincide with this swing wick high on the 6-hour chart that we saw May 28th, 2023. So now with the 4-hour chart, 4-hour chart is also showing that we're bouncing right on the EMA 30. I believe that's the correct one. And apologies because I just put these back on. I changed the colors too. But we are below the EMA 9, so that is a tid bearish, okay? But again, we've got areas that we can look for. So right now I'm looking for a pullback between 29.4 to about 28.3. So that's what we're seeing over there. So if you're in altcoins, expect for pullbacks and that type of stuff. We have 333 concurrent viewers on YouTube. Make sure you guys smash a like. We only have 137 likes. Only 837 likes. No, I'm not a feminist any way, shape, or form. I want to be very, very clear with that, okay? I'm not a feminist any way, shape, or form. I don't like the modern day feminist stuff. It's like, I love, but I love women standing up for themselves and, setting boundaries and voicing their concerns while showcasing decency to other people. Okay. Decency is what you should have towards any human, any human, any way, shape, or form. We don't do the feminist thing, but we do call out bad behavior when there is bad behavior. And a lot of times when you work in a male dominant industry, there's going to be a lot of bad behavior that happens. I've seen it firsthand, and that's okay. It's kind of part of the deal, but it does need to be called out. And again, like there's jobs that women are amazing at and jobs that men are amazing at. Like my daughter this morning, she was saying, Mommy, are you lifting weights so you can be strong like daddy? And I says, well, mommy would like to get a little bit, tone my arms a little bit and be healthy. But men generally I'll never be as strong as your daddy. Men have a lot of upper strength so they can carry things, so they can build things, that type of stuff. And I says, but women have more strength in their hips. And that's, for having babies and those types of things. So we have that conversation today. So there's beautiful aspects of both men and women, but I don't tolerate any crap from anybody. I don't care if you're a man, woman, in between, don't care who you are. I don't tolerate it. Why? Because I'm not going to. Nobody's going to degrade me. Nobody's going to talk down to me. It's just not what we're going to do here. So that's a purest sense here. So no feminism. I don't think men are better than women. I don't think men are better or women are better than men. They're good. We're all good at our things that we do, but we don't do any type of degrading. But if you come for me, I'm going to come back and I'm going to come a lot harder. Okay. That is what it is. Anyways, let's get back to the news. I'm not going to talk about that silly stuff. We have 176 likes. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's get to 200 likes. Our toxic. Yeah, cool. Let's just talk about the stuff. Let's talk about the stuff. I don't want to talk about this stuff. Don't want to talk about it. I don't care. I just want everybody to vibe. And if you don't vibe with me, go watch somewhere else and vice versa. You don't have to put yourself in situations you don't like. But anyways, let's get into the news. All right. This is the big story here. Hong Kong's largest bank, HSBC, to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs to customers. This is massive. The reason why this is massive is because we have seen China and Southeast Asian countries be very, very bullish on crypto. All of a sudden, China literally played like 4D chess with us. Yes, China does operate a lot differently than the US. And it's the crypto that they are bullish on and pushing, like their CBDC, it's very centralized. The Web3 stuff, all of those things, immensely centralized. Very, very, very centralized. But they are still allowing for places that are kind of in China, but not in China, but are affiliated, but not affiliated. They're kind of allowing for this to take place in other areas. And this is good. This is positive because what it's doing is putting pressure on public servants of the United States of America to say, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Okay? What are you doing? And the fact that we just got a Bitcoin spot ETF approved, or no, excuse me, a perpetual ETF approved for Bitcoin, which again, we talked about that, does carry a little bit of risk. Because when we're talking about a perpetual, it's kind of like multiplying the position, kind of almost. And a spot is just like the price, whatever the market's currently selling at. So it does carry a little bit more risk. But again, we're seeing a lot more bullish activities in other countries, which I think is very, very important to know. And people are always like, why do you care about the SEC and ending the SEC and blah, 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 blah. The reason why I get so frustrated with the way the SEC is the current structure. Gary Gensler, who runs the SEC, was put into office by Biden. Okay. He wasn't voted in. And I feel like taxpayers who are funding that organization, they should have a say. They should have a say who is in, and they shouldn't let the current sitting president pick. I don't care. It is what it is. Okay. So that's a little bit problematic to me, but let's talk about some stuff. So the biggest bank in Hong Kong, which is HSBC, introduced its first local crypto service, and it allows customers to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. It's also going to offer ETFs listed on the Hong Kong exchange HKEX, the first bank in Hong Kong to facilitate ETF trading, and investors in Hong Kong can explore ETFs like the CSOP, Bitcoin Futures ETF, CSOP, Ethereum Futures ETF, Samsung Bitcoin Futures Active ETF. Hong Kong had 1.7 million active mobile customers as of March 2022. Also, too, there's a side note here, which is very, very important. This is kind of part of the rumor here, which we're talking about 25 trillion in assets. And this was a quote from, who was it from? Let's go ahead and talk over here. This is from Mr. Will Clementine. Between HSBC, Blackrock, Fidelity, and Schwab, we are talking about 25 trillion in assets under management that will soon be enabled to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just 600 billion market cap asset of today, let alone tightly held lost coins. It's not rocket science. This is the thing. You are sacrificing your liberty for money, for monetary gain. I'm with it. I'll grift on that all day long. I will grift on that all day long. I've got quite a bit of Bitcoin. I will capitalize on that and grift on it just like everybody else. But the issue is it's going to be a lot more, I feel like it has the potential to be a lot more centralized because we're allowing these, and it's not a matter of us allowing or not allowing. It's more so them kind of tainting the industry. And we're hearing also this narrative, they're going to fork Bitcoin and destroy it. Blah, 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 blah. You can do it anyways because the code is open source. Okay? The code is open source. So we're allowing a $25 trillion asset, like TradFi, predatory people, really the people that we're trying to get away from come in the market, but it's not our choice because we're operating in a true decentralized economy, or we're trying to. So for me, this is great. I got lots of Bitcoin, so this is fantastic. But at the same time, these institutions, they always have the upper hand. It's never going to be fair. And this also goes back to what's happening in Hong Kong with the biggest bank, HSBC, stepping into play. It's going to be more like a TradFi product. Thank you so much, Seneca. I appreciate it. But it is what it is. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts to that and how the Bitcoin, just more information about the Bitcoin ETFs and how they're going to be custodied. But again, with these types of products, you don't actually get to own your Bitcoin. I don't think you're going to get to own your Bitcoin. Why? Because they don't want you to do that. They want to hold it for you, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit because we've got some very interesting news from Gemini and Voyager. And then we also partnered with this really awesome company, Amaze. So we're going to talk about that too. And also too, if you guys don't remember or not, but Squidcore does have a DEX that you can actively trade stuff on, which is kind of cool. And again, DEXs are going to be extremely crucial, super, super crucial to the history or the future of crypto, because you want to still, if you want to invest in these TradFi products, okay, great, fine. But at the same time, you still want to have a little bit of your crypto assets secured safely. So that's your responsibility to learn how to do that. Anyways, let's get on with it. Here we go. Singapore's MAS proposes design framework for interoperable digital asset networks. Banking giants like Standard Chartered, HSBC, and Citi are set to run multiple tokenization trials across wealth management, fixed income, and foreign exchanges. What does this mean? Let's talk about it. And again, more Southeast Asia, more positive news from Southeast Asia. And I believe there was a news story that we talked about last week about XRP and Ripple and what is it called? what is it called? And one of the banks that they had for their CBDC, which was absolutely awesome. So we're just seeing a lot of really positive, good stuff coming out of these Southeast Asia countries. And I think it's good. And hopefully it puts pressure on people in the US to do better, public servants. But anyways, Singapore Central Bank released a report proposing framework for open and interoperable networks for digital assets. This is important. If you don't remember what interoperability is, it basically means different languages can talk to each other and understand what's happening on the network. It's for coding, okay? This is awesome. This is what we need. And this also tells me that they're going to have a CBDC, but they're still going to want to interact with other crypto assets. So I like that. I think it's awesome. The framework was produced in collaboration with the Bank for International Settlements and other financial institutions, exploring the potential of asset tokenization across various financial asset classes. Pilot studies across wealth management, fixed income, and foreign exchange will be carried out by HSBC, Standard Chartered, DBS, and Citi. So I'm more excited about the international settlements with financial institutions, great, but I wonder if it's going to be strictly for asset tokenization for various, like when they say various financial asset classes, I'm wondering if that's going to include crypto assets too, like the more decentralized stuff. That's kind of my thought process on that, but who knows what the deal is going to be. Shout out to John, to Gamer, to Kenio, to Paul, to No Kick. Oh, No Kick, please, you're better than me. You know what? You can have that. You can think you're better than me all you want. Mile High City Crypto. I love that. I love that. How will people cash out if bank on off ramps close off? You can't. It's like a Hotel California. You're stuck there. Once you get in, you can't get out. And they're going to make you go back to fiat. That's what that is. But say no to a centralized government and the Fed. Taxation is theft, but we do have to pay our crypto taxes and all of our taxes. Why do we have to do that? Because we're not going to do time over something absolutely silly and dumb. Why? Because we're not going to do those things. So pay your taxes because they will gaffle you up over that. And I hate saying that, but again, I have to be the voice of reason. I have to be the mom. And also two babies, my beautiful babies. We have 400 concurrent viewers, only 231 likes. We should now have 300 likes. We need to have 300 likes. And we do have a poll at the top too on YouTube. Where will most crypto companies start moving to? Asia, El Salvador, or the UK? 49% said Asia, 19% said El Salvador, 22% the UK, and 11% said carbs, because I love carbs. Also, shout out to James for his comment. I absolutely love it. But I don't have a daddy. My daddy passed away, and I wish I had a rich daddy like Blue Man. That would be helpful. Or Mr. Orange Man, that would be helpful too. But honestly, Asia sounds a lot more bullish for crypto, especially Southeast Asia. But at the same time, yeah, Raider said off-ramp through your Fed account into the CBDC. He's true. 244 likes on YouTube. Please make sure to smash a like. We want to get 300. Also, we're going to talk about the XRP rumor. It's coming. You have to be patient, okay? You have to be patient. Carbs, crabs. I love crab. It's so good. It's so expensive right now though. But I'm kind of looking like I do want to go to El Salvador and check that out. Why do I want to go to El Salvador and check that out? Well, my daughter, she's a Latina. She is part Mexican, and I feel like it might be cool to go down there and check it out. And El Salvador does have similar values to the president does. Also, too, we're Italian, so I do want to go to Italy. And especially South Italy, like Sicily, that area, to check that out because we have family and stuff there. So we'll see what that works. It's called crab and crypto. Yeah, let's eat some crab dip and let's go. Crab spinach dip, and let's talk about crypto. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the news. Let's get back into the news over here. Okay. Mr. CZ, good to see Japan enacting tax policy that incentivizes crypto innovation. And again, you guys, we have the SEC that's trying to criminalize crypto. We have the IRS that has no idea what they're doing when it comes to crypto taxes. Like and they're hiring all these brand new agents. I don't think it's necessarily for crypto. I think it's a lot of other stuff. But we have companies like this. We have, we have countries like Japan and other places that they're incentivizing crypto. So what does this mean? Let's talk about this story. Token issuers in Japan exempt from 30% crypto tax on paper gains. Wow. The exemption goes into effect 6 months after the government approved a proposal eliminating the requirement for crypto firms to pay taxes on paper gains or tokens they issued and held. Before the law, even unrealized gains were subject to taxation. You're literally taxed. In America, you are taxed on everything crypto related. You buy crypto, you're taxed. You sell crypto, you're taxed. You take a loss, you're taxed. You have profit, you're taxed. You have unrealized gains, you're taxed. You transfer it, you're taxed. You do anything, you're taxed. everything. And this is why for me, like, you know, I'm a homeowner, and when I bought the house, we had to cash out some crypto to do that. We got hit with it. So it's like we just keep getting taxed on everything. But again, other countries understand the opportunity, and they understand that these companies are going to come and they're going to spend money. And even though they're saving on this particular tax, they're going to make the taxes up in other aspects. And what they're doing, I would imagine that is probably something that's shorter term. And the reason why it's going to be shorter term is so that they can get people incentivized to move there. Why? Because they like money. They're smart. They're not dumb like American bureaucracy and American red tape. In America, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, we get taxed on everything, and our public servants, they just print more money. Okay? Yeah, even when you die, you get paid. You get taxed. Before this law, even unrealized gains were subject to taxation. Exemption goes into effect 6 months after the government approves a proposal eliminating the requirement for crypto firms to pay taxes on paper gains on tokens they issued and out. Japan has been reviewing its tax treatment of crypto since last year to encourage startups to remain in the country after heavy tax burdens led a crypto company exodus. There you have it. So apparently they had some heavy taxes there, and the crypto companies left. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? We're seeing the same thing in America. A16Z, Gemini, Coinbase, these companies, I think, and Kraken too, I won't say Kraken because I don't know for sure. These big crypto companies in the US, they're hedging their bets in other countries. Why? Because they don't know what the future is going to be here. So why would you just bet on America when you damn well know it's not going to play out? The fact that we are forcing, I think A16Z they managed $35 billion in assets. I want to say, don't quote me on that, but the fact that they're okay with companies like that leaving, it's like California. Like California, a lot of the tech companies are leaving because they can't keep up with the taxes. To do anything in California, it's ridiculous. So the issue is where do you go? Like, and I've talked to my family about it. Like, if they ban crypto here, I do really well with YouTube and a lot, the whole crypto thing, trading. I'll go to another country for 7 months out of the year, so I can work and make a bunch of money, trading, investing, doing my thing, YouTube, and then I'll come back and then go again. Why? Because it's ridiculous. What's the point in staying here and living a miserable life? Just sad at this point. Very, very, very sad. But it is what it is. Now, let's talk about this. Bitcoin is not money. South Korean court says, what's the catch? So the courts in South Korea came out and said that apparently the High Court Civil Division South Korea has reportedly ruled that Bitcoin should not be treated as money. Magistrates came up with their decision after being involved in a case between two firms. Company had a deal with another to lend 30 Bitcoin for 3 months. The latter, this is interesting. This is law. This is interesting. The latter agreed to pay the former 1.5 Bitcoin for the first 2 months and 0.75 Bitcoin for the last month as an interest rate. Company B failed to comply with the terms, and Company A extended the rental period until April 2021, changing the interest condition to receiving 0.246 Bitcoin per month. Debtor could not honor the agreement, resulting in a lawsuit filed by the borrower. And again, this is going to be a lot more... I'll answer that in a second. That's a great question, Zero. But we're going to see a lot more stories like this happen to where the courts have to decide what X or Y is when it comes to crypto assets. The court did not accept those arguments, stating that the object of this contract is virtual assets, not money, so the interest restriction law and loan business laws do not apply. Magistrates maintain that cryptocurrencies or assets like Bitcoin are not money and should not be subject to domestic lending business rules. So they're basically indicating that Bitcoin is not money and you can't lend it out. Or if you lend it out, the laws are going to be different with that, which is pretty interesting. Somebody asked a really great question. Do you have any update? Do you have any updates on the SEC chain of command? Are they going to get rid of Gary? Let's talk about that a little bit. So Warren Davidson is pushing for a restructure, and I believe he's a part of the House of Financial Services Committee, and if I butchered that, apologies. But basically what they want to do, the red people, they want to restructure the SEC. They want to have 3 red and 3 blue come in and then come up with decisions, and then it has to get approved by somebody, but that's what they want, kind of similar to the Supreme Court. That's kind of what they want. So even like when they're talking about removing Gary, it's not really like they're firing him, but they're ultimately what they want to do is they want to restructure the SEC, which I think is fantastic. I want that. I think it's good, and you should want that too. And there's a lot of people there's a lot of a-holes that are saying about there's a lot of a-holes that are like any influencer, any person that wants to abolish, that is mad at the SEC, they're scamming. Blah, blah, blah. Guess what? The SEC has caused a wealth gap in the United States of America. Let's talk about a wealth gap. What does that mean? In America, we're so concerned with social issues, which some of them are very, very important. I try not to talk about them too much on the channel, but we do a little bit. So we're concerned about social issues. We're so obsessed with it. It's stupid at this point, you know? But in my thought process, because I grew up poor, came from the mud. I grew up very poor. It's not necessarily a lot of social issues. It's a wealth gap. And it's because there's specific groups or people that are just higher. They have a higher percentage for poverty. And a lot of it's the family unit, the destruction of the nuclear family, whatever it is, you know, to each their own. Okay. But my issue is that with the accredited investor law, you either have to make $250,000 per year, which not all of us are going to be capable of doing that. And it's not because we're stupid or not because we're not good at our job. But for example, if you want to grow up and be an electrician because that's just what you're good at, you like it, you love getting up and going to work every day, but those types of jobs, depending on where you live, you're probably not going to make $200,000 a year. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. And it's not because it's not an important job. It's just that's not what the salary is. So with that being said, you want to be an electrician. It makes you happy, but you're only making $100,000 a year. You're not going to be allowed to be an accredited investor because you simply don't make enough. Or you have to have $1 million in assets. That's not feasible for a lot of people, and that's okay. Some people just don't want to go the TradFi route or become doctors or, whatever it is. They just don't want to, and that's fine. That's fine. So the accredited investor law is predatory because they're basically saying because you're not rich, you're too stupid to use your own money to invest. And that's not the case. I have no problem with like a test being put out that says, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z to show that you can invest in an IPO or crypto assets or have access to leverage, etc. Because most of these people that have the wealth, they don't have that knowledge anyways. Quite a few of them, the money got, is generational wealth, etc., which I have nothing against that. I have nothing against generational wealth. I'm just simply saying those people might not be as educated and well-versed in investing as somebody who makes $100,000 a year. That can't apply to be a accredited investor. That's all that I'm saying. So a restructure of the SEC, I want that because even if it doesn't even impact the crypto industry, even if crypto is still fighting for it, it is going to help people in poverty, people that do want to improve their quality of life. Like let's say you make $30,000 a year, but you educate yourself, you taught yourself how to trade, and you want to start investing in traditional markets. You should be able to. You should be able to get in at the same prices that all these rich people, these hedge funds, et cetera, get. The public servants, okay? So anybody who's saying that there shouldn't be a restructure to the SEC, they're completely full of it, and tell them to go F themselves. Absolutely. Because they probably come from wealth, from ivory towers. Mommy and daddy is going to do everything for them, and they don't know what it's like to struggle. They don't know what it's like to work so hard from the bottom and to make something of yourself because they never had to do nothing in their life. So those people that say that, please. Problematic to me. Because what they want you to do, they want you to keep being ghetto. They want you to keep staying down. They want you to invest in them lottery tickets, go to the casinos, that type of stuff, which the house always wins at the casinos. Same with the lottery tickets too. In crypto and trading and investing, you have a better chance because you're able to use critical thinking, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, or whatever other tools you use that work for you. You can back test those to see if they work. You can do that when you do the gambling casino thing, but it's very hard to do. That's just my stance on it, okay? That's my stance on it. That's my opinion. Anyway, so I get mad at that stuff because the people, they don't understand. We have 474 concurrent viewers. You're talking a caste society. You bet your bottom dollar I am. Kenny O says they don't want us to get free from the rat race. He's true. He's right. He's 100% right. Okay. Also, too, we have 307 likes, but we have 484 concurrent viewers. Let's get the likes up to 400. The more people watch this video, we are going to push it out so they can get important information. And on this channel, we practice hear what I say, but listen to yourself. That basically means I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to give you my personal opinion. I'm going to try to be as non-biased as possible. And then you take that information and you go fact check. You go fact check me and you go find a scenario that makes sense for yourself. Rader said the SEC is only there to protect rich and maintain a large wealth gap. And that's a problem. That is the problem. Somebody said too, single parent household, same boat. Let's talk about that. Okay. We're talking about a single parent household. I'm not going to degrade men. I'm not going to degrade women because relationships are complicated. And anybody on the internet that has not been married 10 years, that is unmarried with no kids, they really don't get to talk about relationships, but they do it anyways. They're doing it to grift off you, but that's their business. Relationships are complicated. Marriage is hard. Okay. Being a parent is hard. So single parent households, especially in 2023, is very hard because back, like when my parents and grandparents, you could buy a house, I think for $10,000 or something like that. And the mortgage payment was, you were able to afford it and you were still able to go on vacations and all that type of stuff and have one parent staying home. You can't do that today. I think the average mortgage payment in California, like you want to buy a house now in Los Angeles, your mortgage, you can't get a house for under $500,000, maybe under $7,000 if you're lucky. You can get one of them townhomes or those condos, but it's almost like living in an apartment. Those are not, I mean, I would not want to live in one. I grew up in one my entire life, and I says I'm never going to live in that again. And I lived in a couple apartments in my life, but it's like, and even those are still like 600,000. It's ridiculous. There's no, in Compton, 800,000. That's what I'm saying. It's Compton, but Compton has cleaned up a bit. There's streets you can go down that are safe. I go to Compton every once in a while. I never had issues there. Never have. But where was I talking about? Oh, basically the single parent household thing. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, but in reality, it's like there's so many single parent households, and it's like you can't even make ends meet. Even if the parents were together, two parents would still have to work. So, anyways, let's get into it because I'm talking too much and I got stuff to do today. I got to go to my photo shoot. Near was up. What was it? 8%? Near 9% now, and INJ is up as well. But this is the news with Near. Near Foundation partners with Alibaba Cloud to accelerate Web3 growth in Asia. Again, another partnership out of Asia. XRP rumors coming. So Near Foundation is the nonprofit behind the ecosystem behind Near Protocol. Alibaba is a Chinese e-commerce giant. Again, shout out to Asia, shout out to China, shout out to Hong Kong. You guys are doing absolutely amazing. The cloud platform is its arm for computing and storage. Partnership grants the Near Foundation access to Alibaba Cloud Dev ecosystem across Asia and the Middle East. Shout out to Asia and the Middle East. And basically, they want to attract more developers to build on Near. That's what I'm talking about. So if you are someone that is out in Asia or the Middle East and you are a developer, take advantage of this. Go take advantage of it. The Near Foundation Alibaba Cloud will offer remote procedure calls, RPC, as a service to devs and users in the Near ecosystem. RPC is a server that allows users to read data on blockchains and send transaction to two different networks. Users will also be able to use the Near blockchain operating system and allows devs to build and interact with other users as well, using Alibaba's cloud infrastructure. So good. Fantastic. Great. Also, too, shout out to Bybit. Bybit gains crypto license in Cyprus. The Dubai-based crypto exchange strengthens its foothold in European Union after its exit from Canada and the UK. See, that's sad because I love Bybit. Bybit is a fantastic exchange. I love Bybit. I love Femex. Also, too, we have a Femex rep link down below. No KYC there. But you got to read the terms of services, keep your crypto there. But again, another company that you could use Bybit in the US for a little bit. I don't know if you can or not now. I don't think, probably not. But basically, companies in the EU are preparing for new rules known as the Markets and Crypto Asset Regulation, MiCA, will allow them to serve the whole block with a license from a single member state. Cyprus is one of the EU members to introduce an advanced registration regime before MiCA takes effect in 2024. Also, Cyprus was the home of FTX EU arm until its license was withdrawn following the collapse. Double re on that. We have 511 concurrent viewers, only 362 likes. Let's get the likes to 400 to push this out. Shout out to Kenny O. He is the new mod. And don't say I will never afford a house in California, dumb. Don't say that. Don't say that. Look at the Santa Monica prices. Mechanic could buy a house with the stay-at-home wife. Huh? What, David? What are you smoking on, man? mechanic couldn't buy a house with you. Can't. What are you talking about, Santa Monica? What do you mean a mechanic? Mechanics like 60,000 in their freaking crucial job. They cannot buy a house in Santa Monica. Houses probably start like $1 million there. What you talking about, man? Kenny, you will buy a house. We're manifesting it for you. Manifesting it for you. Okay, let's get back into the news. All right. Binance ordered to halt offering crypto services in Belgium by market regulators. So apparently the exchange is accused of serving Belgian customers from countries outside the European Economic Area in violation of the law, the Financial Service and Market Authority said. So this is, I'm going to be real honest with you guys here with my opinion. I think that a lot of these countries are unjustly attacking Binance and CZ. When Binance and CZ started, did they do everything correctly? Probably not, because there's no guidelines. But I feel like this is a push because they want to bring down Binance is the largest crypto exchange in the world. Binance is the largest. You're going to, Spellbound, you will buy that house in Redondo Beach. Binance is the largest crypto exchange in the world. They want to bring it down so they can push their CBDC and create their own centralized exchanges in those particular regions. That's what's happening, in my opinion. I'm not even going to read the details because I don't even care about the details. At this point, this is what I'm going to assume is happening. Also, this is some good news. Binance reverses decision to delist privacy coins in Europe. They said that revised operations to comply with EU standards and delist several privacy coins after carefully considering feedback from community and community from considering feedback from the community in several projects. So basically, they're reversing their decision. So Binance is going to reverse their decision to delist multiple privacy tokens in Europe, and coins that were impacted, which they're probably not going to remove now, is a big old list of them. Not going to read that off. Not going to read it off. But let's talk about this story. Okay, this is unconfirmed. This is from BBC, from Andrew. Sources claiming that Binance is having all-hands emergency meeting this week in Dubai. Specific date not shared, nor was this the subject matter. SEC and CFTC actions are obviously playing a role here, but more so several countries removing Binance in tandem. That's what we talked about. I think the reason why they're doing this is because they want to destroy crypto. That's what it is. So again, this is a rumor. We don't know if it's true or not. It looks like the BBC is talking about it too. I wouldn't be surprised. And from the sources that I've talked to, yeah, I believe that this is true. I'm going to cover this in a little bit more detail here about Coinbase and Binance and Coinbase. We'll talk about this later. Oh, CZ's here. What did he say? All right. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know. I don't have notes on this. But basically, Mr. Paul, a CLO of Coinbase, talks about shares a take after reviewing the transcript of Binance's hearing before Judge Jackson. I'll cover this later, though, on the second show. But let's talk about this. This is from Mr. John Deaton, and this is important. And I want you guys to participate in this. This is going to be important. And this is about Coinbase and SEC and all of that stuff. So 1,700 Coinbase customers have signed up to potentially ask to be Amicus Curiae in the SEC versus Coinbase case. Why is this important? Let's talk about it. In 2021, Deaton filed an amicus brief on behalf of 75,000 plus XRP holders in the Ripple versus SEC case. They didn't defend Ripple. They took no position on whether Ripple violated securities laws when it sold XRP. Their position was XRP, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, is digital code. He said the token itself is not a security, and even if Ripple violated the law, secondary market sales do not. Deaton also claimed that Coinbase Binance lawsuits share common themes and characteristics, but at the same time are quite different. So the latest news from this is that he created a Google form to establish punitive class of customers and crypto account holders who use Binance Coinbase, which in America, you're not supposed to use Binance, but probably Binance US, I would imagine. And he said if there's interest, they can ask to participate and possibly be granted amicus status in an effort to make sure their voices are heard. This is good. Why do you want to have amicus status? Because you want your voices to be heard. Amicus status means, or Amicus Curiae is friend of the court. It's basically a non-party with an interest in the outcome of a pending lawsuit who argues or presents information in support or against one of the parties to the lawsuit. Why is this important? This is important because This is important because you want to have your voice heard. People are always like, well, I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to do this. Why? Because y'all are lazy. But with this, if you're like a good internet sleuth or you're somebody who does investigative journalism, this is good because you could potentially defend Coinbase and help the crypto asset community. Win is a win, man. A win is a win. So I think that that's important. Alrighty, let's go to this right here. The next one. All right, so this is the rumor about XRP. This is the rumor about XRP, which y'all have been waiting for. Dean says, I'm no Brad Garlinghouse, but I could think of other ways to spend $5 billion to expand Ripple's reach with the crypto ecosystem. There's a few bankrupt assets that one might be able to purchase with $5 billion. So apparently there's a rumor here. This whale chart person, they don't have anything substantial to back it up. But there's a rumor. Rumors Ripple plans to buy back 10 billion XRP tokens. And I think that's where the $5 billion was. So I don't know if this is true or not. This could be true. It may not be true, but this is what people are talking about. But, you know, it's important to discuss. It is very, very important to discuss. Question, would you guys, I mean, if Ripple did that, would that help them in their case? I don't know if that would. I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's just a rumor. There's always rumors floating around and all the things and stuff and Anyways, let's take a look at, we have 516 concurrent viewers. Thank you guys so much. We did 400 likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for 400 likes. We're getting this pushed out. Now let's get up to 500 likes. Let's get up to 500 likes, okay? Let's get up to 500 likes. Alrighty. Now we got to talk about our partners for the show, which is AmazeWallet. And why is this important? Not your keys, not your coins. So let's get into it. So AmazeWallet has a big announcement. Okay. And again, you guys, not your keys, not your coins. And they are a partner for the show today. So with 5 years in the making, the mainnet launch is Wednesday, June 28th. June 28th is going to be the mainnet launch. Amaze is a complete Web3 ecosystem built on their own layer 1 blockchain called Amaze Chain with the AMT, the native token. So they're doing some cool stuff over there. And they are very much ready for mass adoption. And again, you guys, they've got their wallet, which we're going to talk about in a minute. That's important. But let's talk about these important things over here. And again, they're bringing everything into Web3 into one easy to use mobile app. Why is that important? Because Web3 is still not scalable yet. We need to do a lot more work. And the fact that they have one like wallet, one app, one thing that does everything. We love this. And the fact that it's mobile is good. Y'all know how I feel about the mobile stuff, but you got to be mature and responsible. And I believe in you. So the features of their wallet, the Amaze wallet, it's a self-custodial wallet. So you can store, trade, and buy digital assets on over 60 blockchains. They're going to have an NFT marketplace, which yes, we love that. And you can mint, trade NFTs right from your phone. They're going to have a secure messenger, which is important as well. So you can send files and messages with P2P on-chain encryption and mobile mining. You can basically also run a full node on your phone and earn tokens. That's awesome. And also too, you can stake AMT tokens in 3 different tiers to earn rewards. And here is the tweet over here with that. Also too, if you stake 500 AMT, you only have to be on the app for 11 minutes a day to receive the full quota, which is pretty nice. And again, you guys, we're going to be back next week. We're going to have some more cool news from AmazeWallet. And in the meantime, make sure you guys go ahead and follow their socials and do all of those things. It is going to be important. Now, let's talk about Gemini. So Gemini and Voyager and the world and everything. So let's first talk about what's going on. So with Voyager, one of the things you guys need to know, I was a Voyager creditor, I'm sure some of you guys are as well. So this is why like having your own wallet is good, because if we leave our stuff on centralized exchanges, Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I'm a Voyager creditor, so I'll be able to take like 30% of my money off. Gemini, you're going to see a lot of ads for crypto exchanges that are still liquid, still alive around, posting this types of stuff. So apparently, and also too for Voyager, you have to get your stuff off. Like withdrawals are enabled, but you have to get your stuff off as soon as possible. If you do not get your stuff off as soon as possible, you're probably going to lose it forever. But anyways, Gemini is saying claim Voyager funds through Gemini through July 2023. Voyager customers impacted by the Voyager bankruptcy create a Gemini account, withdraw their crypto. So this is the thing. Okay. This is the thing with this. They want you to transfer it to their exchange. You should consider using cold storage wallet, a paper wallet, Ledger, Trezor, Arculus, Amaze, MetaMask on a burner phone, Trust Wallet on a burner phone, Tangem, those types of things. Try not to put it back on an exchange. If you do that, you're risking and thinking that something could happen again. So that's just my take on that. But again, with the Voyager stuff, you have a certain amount of time before you can get your stuff off. That's all I'm going to say about that. And apparently you get $5 in Bitcoin. Cool. Anyways, let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum staking is now available in the United Kingdom on Gemini. Woo! I have never used Ascent Wallet, so I can't talk about it. Okay. So Gemini introduced Ethereum staking in the UK, allowing institutions and individuals to become Ethereum validators. Gemini Staking Pro is the only staking product available in the UK and is also active in over 30 countries. Despite facing a lawsuit from the US SEC over its lending platform, the company continues to grow its global expansion. So let's talk about that. So basically, you're getting effed over again. Why are you getting effed over again? Because in the United States of America, and also too, very clear, Gemini Earn was a product of, I forget the company it was. They're in bankruptcy, I want to say. Who the heck was it? Oh, I can't remember. Anyways, it was very clear when you were using Gemini Earn, unlike Celsius, unlike Voyager, unlike all these other BlockFi, it was a very clear disclaimer that if you're using Gemini Earn, it's a third party. It is a third party, okay? Third party. Shout out to the 125 of you watching live on Tiki Taki. But it was a third party. So you click the thing and you read it. You should have known that. But the issue is, you guys, if you want to stake Ethereum and you want to earn that passive income, you need to run a node to 32 ETH. But they also wanted, there was also a proposal that I think they wanted to do up to 1,500 ETH. There was equivalent to $3.5 billion at current pricings. So again, that's kind of problematic. And what Coinbase was doing and Kraken and a lot of these other exchanges is like, hey, you can leave your ETH with us and we'll run the node for you and we'll give you some passive income. But the issue now with all the Chapter 11 bankruptcies, they're going after Coinbase's staking, all of that stuff. So now it sucks. So for poor people, you're effed. You can't do really anything in the US, but that's why Gemini is offering this in the UK. So I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to Elsa for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what was said, but thank you. Insane interest off Cosmos. I hope you're doing it. You're doing it yourself, though. Hope you're doing it yourself. I made hundreds already of passive income. Yay, good for you. Question, should I hold Pepe or sell it? Well, let's take a look at the Pepe chart. We have 500 concurrent viewers on YouTube, super close to 500 likes. So please go and smash that like. We have 138 on Tiki Taki. I appreciate you guys. Somebody wants Pepe. Let's take a look at Pepe really, really quickly. Let's take a look at pepe. Should I say it like an old person and call it pepe? All right, so let's just go to OKX. All right. So this is the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at the 45-minute chart. This thing pumped already though. So let me tell you guys, when stuff pumps, yeah, look at, we pumped all the way down. I'm so mad I missed this move. We pumped all the way up to resistance 17754 and now we're retracing. It depends when you got in and when you want to take profit. I would probably consider start taking profit. If you got in here and it pumped this much, I would consider that. Could it, retrace down to 12,897 and pump again? Yes, but you should consider taking profit, like scaling out of things and then reinvesting, that type of stuff. But to each their own. So that's what I would do. The 45-minute chart, really, really quickly. It's looking like we're going to head down and possibly bounce 1456, and we'll see what happens then. That's the EMA 200. So that's kind of my opinion there. Oh, you can't see the chart. Thank you, Raider. Here, y'all. Sorry about apologies on that. Whoopsie. Sorry. I'm got something else on my mind right now. Yeah. So this right here, this is the great support area where it's looking like we're going to head down to. Market Cipher and MACD are both indicating that on the 45-minute chart, and on the daily, we were able to rock all the way up to 17,612, and we're probably going to retrace a little bit lower to this area. So if you're somebody who got in this area, 9116, you probably want to consider taking profits, but that's y'all's business. Anyways, you guys, I gotta go. I gotta pack. I gotta drive 2 hours to get to the killer whale shoot. I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please push us out to 500 likes. I'm gonna work on the second video. I got some other content to do, and then I got to go. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much. I will catch you later. No live streaming for me this week. I don't think so until Friday, but I'm gonna be doing 2 pre-recorded videos a day for you. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Love y'all.